That's not how we start off the podcast, by the way.
It is. That's how.
But I'll let it slide this week.
Listen.
Go ahead.
You ruined it. We started over.
No, we're not. We're keeping this in.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
100%. No.
What's going on?
No, I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it. I'm an independent woman.
It don't matter if you independent.
I said no, Dionte.
This could be in the beginning, but it's not going to be the beginning. So... What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Lazy Sundays with Dionte
and NiJa.
If you love God, as always, go ahead and hit subscribe and like.
Yes.
Let us know how you feeling out there. NiJa, what's good?
Do you have one?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. You go first.
You threw me off. Mine was good. Let's
go.
Please.
Under pressure. Can't do
I'm not under pressure at all. Mine was good is a hot 12-piece wing. It don't matter if it's buffalo, lemon pepper, whatever your sauce is, but when it's hot and cooked right and you got to bite into it and you go and you got to make that noise because it's too hot.
That's how I like all my food anyway.
I know it. But listen, you got to eat it like that.
Yeah.
Amazing, bro. That's good, bro.
Let me see. What's good for me? First thing that comes to mind that I feel like is like kind of underrated is the little like individual like apple pie like little pastry things that they make. They have them at
McDonald's.
I'm not talking about
act like you don't like McDonald's.
But that's not what I'm talking about.
It is what you're talking about.
No, I'm not. They come in like a little circle. No.
Yeah, a circle?
Yes, the little like individual like little pastries. It's almost like a little mini apple pie kind of. They're so delicious. And I'm not a huge apple pie person. No, like they're like the little mini like apple pies. Anyways, that was mine.
It can be yours. Don't lie though and make it seem like you don't like apple pies.
Always trying to convince somebody that they stuff is just not it. It's like it has to be a thing. Like that's dumb. He might as well just say that's stupid.
No, I wasn't gonna say your thing is stupid because it's never stupid. It's just not as exciting. So, how's your tea? What kind of tea is that? Grandma needed some tea.
Yeah, because I feel like I've been talking all day and I'm going to wake up hoarse tomorrow. It's green tea.
Pause. Whoa. Green tea. Okay.
Pause on what?
I don't know. That just sounded flagrant, so I had to pause it for you.
Because I've been talking all day?
No, you said something else.
No, I did not.
All right.
Okay, moving along.
Let's move it along here because this is PG-13.
So, how do you feel about Taylor Swift being a part of football? Is it a great day in America?
I don't know about it being a great day in my America. Maybe in the other side of America that eats mayonnaise on everything. Listen,
I like mayonnaise.
Taylor Swift don't bother me, man. But I do see
because they booed her ad at the Giants game, the Giants versus the Chiefs, and they had like a little ad and they booed. And I was like,
I'm sure, man.
That's not nice.
This is the thing.
But I get it.
I don't know if because. See how it's set up originally. The first thing you heard about her and Travis Kelce situation, who happens to play for the Chiefs, I'm sure y'all know that. But initially, I remember him saying on the podcast or something around the podcast, like, hey, I tried to reach out to her because, you know what I'm saying? And I guess she didn't want to or she didn't like it or something they were saying at first. Basically, she wasn't down. And then all of a sudden, she down. She coming to the game. She's sitting in the box with his mama. Then they're cheering. She coming to all his games now. We play the Chiefs, actually. Vikings play the Chiefs this weekend. I doubt she comes to Minnesota, though. I just don't because I don't believe it's real. A lot of people question it, feeling like it's a little bit of promotional marketing type situation. League trying to get her to perform the halftime show at the Super Bowl one of these years coming up, which could be a strong play. I don't know. He could actually have a thing with Shorty. I really don't care either way.
It just don't need to be like.
This is how I think white people feel. Well, not all white people, but when Colin Kaepernick and other black players and allies, I think it was some white players mixed in there, but when they were taking a knee and they was like, get back to football, I think this is like the Taylor Swift version of that. No, at least in their situation, I do. At least in their situation, yeah, they talking about a real thing, but so that's a little bit different, obviously. But the sentiment is still there. Niggas want to get back to football. I don't want to see Taylor Swift ads.
Oh, well, I get what you're saying, but it's not. As far as the severity of it, it's not the same.
Oh yeah, we both.
So that's why the comparison kind of threw me off. But what you were saying, as far as people just wanting to get back to said thing, it was all like the same. I guess message is, no, a slippery slope. But anyways, I do get why a lot of people are kind of frustrated because like I said before, like. If you're one of those girls that's not super into sports, it is what it is. Like, no one cares, like, or whatever. But if you're with somebody that is like, that's their thing. Like, they're into it. It's like a good season for guys that are into sports. It's like, oh, man, football is back. And then, like, basketball is coming back soon, too. So, it's just a lot of sports, and it's exciting for men. So, it's like, we don't need this female coming in and y'all keep putting the camera on her and talking about her. It just kind of takes away from the whole, like, reason why people enjoy football. It's like, we don't care about,
because it feels forced. Like it don't feel like it's a situation where it's like, oh, this is my spouse and she's at the game and she happens to be famous. It's almost as if like it's like, oh, he's in a relationship with her. Let's look at Taylor Swift. And exactly. It's like nobody really cares. That's my standing on it. Is like, because again, I don't really care, but that's the thing. I don't care, so don't. I guess every couple commercials, every time we go to break, TV time out, it's a Taylor Swift commercial popping out.
Exactly.
Or it's something dealing with Taylor Swift. They keep showing this girl on a Jumbotron as if, like, it's celebrities at all the games. I know you like to show, hey, such and such is here, such and such is here. Mm-hmm. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But, goddamn, if it is a real relationship, like, I'm sure that dude don't want to be talked about every 5 seconds.
And I think he had said that, like, they kind of, like, they're dragging it at this point. I think he had said that. Travis Kelce did, like, all right, y'all.
But see, part of it is on him because you want it to be a Swiftie. Just forgetting that she has millions and millions of fans.
And it could have been that he forgot about the impact that it was going to make. So then I
just understood. I think football, sports famous, unless you're like a superstar, I guess. Mm-hmm. Sports famous is a lot different than like movie famous or like music famous.
Yeah.
Like nobody is gonna see Travis Kelce and start crying, but they may do that with Taylor Swift. Mm-hmm. So again, it's like people rush me to get me to sign autographs before, but people rush her. Again, she could just pop up at a McDonald's and cause traffic or cause an issue because everybody hearing that she there. That's so true. It's kind of hard. She probably don't even really get used to it ever, really.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. So
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Keep y'all relationship behind closed doors.
Yeah, we don't really need it a part of football. I don't really care to see that on Football Sunday. But,
I don't really care to see none of that, honestly.
Yeah. But you're not a Swiftie, so that's why,
I guess so, man. I don't know. Obviously, I know like the radio songs, but I don't know nothing about Taylor Swift. To be honest with you. So outside of Kanye saying, yo, this award doesn't belong to you, it belongs to Beyonce.
That was crazy. Anyways.
He was having a night, boy.
But let's get to some reality TV.
Okay, reality TV.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians recently came back. And I think it was episode number 2, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, in a nutshell, Tristan is currently staying with Khloe. If y'all follow in the media, y'all kind of understand why. I don't want to go into it because it'd be long. Mm-hmm. But basically, Kim was saying, like, I know people are probably going to, like, be annoyed with me for saying this, but it's just me pretty much saying, like, it's kind of hard to, like, hate somebody when they have been there for me personally beyond him and my sister having some stuff, but he is a solid individual, period. Like when I was going through stuff with my ex, like he always speak up for me for stuff. Like when I needed help with the kids, like he went out of his way to make sure he took the kids to school for me. He would pick up one of the kids and take them to lunch or dinner or whatever. Like, you know, like he actually looked out. So it's hard for me to like be as or carry that certain energy for him as I know people will want me to, because of obviously, you know what I'm saying, he's the father to my sister's kids, and then, you know, it's like all of the personal things that he has showed up for me. So Tristan has, I believe this is his oldest son. He is now 7 years old. His name is Prince. With, I don't remember the mom's name, so I don't want to say it and just think I know who. But anyways, the sister basically said, I don't want to read it because it's kind of long, but basically she was saying like, hey, I've been kind of quiet for years about not speaking out against you being kind of like an inconsistent father. And my sister works multiple jobs to take care of, you know, y'all's son. And the only time you really come through is when it's a birthday party or it's like a photo op. Outside of that, in between, you're not really here as much. Like him, I understand that he was there for you and your kids, but it's just not fair that he's not basically showing up equally for all of his children. Sure. And instead of you speaking out about him being present for one half of his family, which is your family, is like you don't realize that there's other kids that are involved that are getting slighted, basically. And I mean, I felt that because I'm like, you know, but I don't know, like, how do you feel about men that end up in those situations where they're kind of, do you feel like it's an excuse, basically, for them to not show up for all of their kids?
What is an excuse?
Like, I feel like for years he's kind of tried to make it an excuse as to why he isn't as consistent with his other kids. A lot of people feel like, oh, you, of course, present with you and Chloe kid because of your whole situation, but you don't do the same thing for your other kids.
It sounds like a typical I have multiple kids with multiple women type situation. And that's kind of what people was getting at with the whole Nick Cannon situation. Because it's like you 8, 9, 10 babies or so in. And it's like, how could you? Because, in both situations, both parents have millions of dollars. So financially, you can take care of as many kids as you like.
Yep.
But, you know, in those type of situations, it's like the money can only do but so much because they're good as far as the kids. We need you to spend time with these kids. So if you're not spending no time, and that'd be the thing, a lot of time in these situations, it'd be hard to like be on the guy's side because it's like you don't do anything, and literally if the only times that you see your kid is on birthdays,
and she like you in the same city, so how you taking Kim kids to school, but you in the same city as your son and you don't even take him to school?
And that's crazy to me because I don't know, I look at stuff like you gotta take care of your kids, bro.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you gotta take care of your kids.
Yeah. And I understand that. I feel like in life, some things may not always technically be equal, but you still should try to make your presence always known with kids and always try to figure out a way. Like this situation isn't giving that she's not allowing him to be present in his son's life, because if that was the case, it won't make no sense for the sister, because then it'll be like, you do know your sister's not letting me see him, right? You know, so it doesn't give that, but I didn't like that either, because it's like, dang, you speaking out about him looking out. I can see that being like a sore spot. Like, whoa, like you right, like 10 minutes up the street from where your son live at or whatever. And how you got time to take her kids to school that's not your kid?
And if that's the case, then yeah, bro, you slacking.
Yeah.
Because if your kid is 10 minutes up the street and you're not giving them no attention, like I can see how you're not in the drop off or the carpool, you know what I'm saying, early morning, afternoon type situation. Yeah. However y'all do that is how y'all do that. But if you're not spending no time with your kids, because obviously if I'm with the mother of some of my kids, then in those situations time wise, they obviously, because I live here, so it's not going to be fair in that sense as far as how much time. But dudes don't be giving no time, though.
Yeah.
Like, you got to at least have a day or two out of the week where you like, all right, I'm trying to make an effort to see my kids.
Yeah.
But niggas don't be doing that. Excuse my language, y'all.
Yeah.
But people don't be doing that, bro.
Because you don't ever want your kids to get older and then they start having conversations like, oh, daddy always used to take me to school. And then that one kid is looking like, I don't live that far from y'all. How can he never took me to? It's like, it's just not fair. And you should try your best to, like I said, make your presence known and like try to make sure equally in some sense that you're doing the same or similar stuff for all the kids. So none of them ever feel slighted. But I was just like, yikes when Kim said that. And the sister, not sister-in-law, but the aunt was like, he don't do that for my sister kid, but okay.
Speaking of the Kardashians, let's talk about our favorite Kardashian moments. My favorite Kardashian moment.
Oh, you be watching it?
Nah, my spouse
secretly
be watching
with me. He be getting so much to say.
Yes, because
you be watching it.
No, I don't be watching it like that.
Do.
I like to watch the good parts, like when Kim and Courtney be fighting. Boy, that last time they was fighting, and she was like, "Don't dig your nails into me," smack, and smacked her, and Courtney was like, "Oh my goodness, wow," and smacked Kim up against the wall, and her makeup stayed on the wall. Let's talk about that.
No, we're not.
That was crazy.
We're not gonna.
Chloe was like, "Oh my God, are y'all serious?" And I'm like, "Bitch, they 2 smacks in. They serious as hell. they serious as hell."
They needed that. Get it
Kim,
out.
What is Kim makeup called?
Oh my gosh, I can't think of it.
Is it just called like Kim K or something like that?
I don't know. I can't think
What's
of it.
her
I don't know
sister
why I'm
makeup
drawing a
called?
blank.
It was one of them Kardashian makeups, and it was all over a white wall. What is that? Is that a foundation?
Yes, it's a little
foundation.
Bit of
And first of all, it was kind of brown,
on.
but that's neither here nor
Anyways,
there.
Okay, so moving on.
All you heard was doom.
So
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so Dionte.
That's my favorite movie, by the way.
Do you think you should get a background check on a potential spouse? Before you answer, let me tell you the story.
Tell me the story.
On TikTok. So.
But yes.
Yes, you did one on me. Don't answer that.
Yes.
So anyways, there was a TikTok couple. 2 women were in a relationship. I think their names is LaShandra and Rashandra. Something like that. I don't know. Anyways, I used to see their stuff a lot on TikTok. So LaShandra, I believe.
LaShandra.
I hope I'm getting this right.
Maybe it's LaShonda.
LaShonda, I think. She always had like a nice little following. Whatever. So her and her wife, they get married. Things is great. Good social media presence. Getting a lot of buzz. Whatever. Well, recently they were trending on TikTok because LaShonda. What was it? What'd you say?
LaShonda and Rashonda.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Shonda
and Shonda.
That's still confusing. Anyways, they were in the news because she was like, "Hey, I'm getting a divorce from Rashonda because basically she's been scamming people. She's been lying. She has this whole life that I knew nothing about. And as I'm going through this process of getting my divorce, I'm finding out all of these things that she was doing to other people. I had no idea she had been to prison. All of these things that was just like, oh my gosh." And it's so crazy because like they used to, not both of them, but the one that basically Rashonda that allegedly was supposed to have been like scamming people and all of these things. People were sending them like inflatables for the holidays because that was like her thing. She loved to like decorate the front of the house. So like the joke is like, so basically y'all got scammed too because y'all done sent this woman a whole bunch of stuff. But anyways, the point is it brought up the discussion like, should you get a background check on a potential spouse?
Probably, man. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, if you growing up and you dating somebody that you grew up around, y'all grew up in the same city, maybe LA or certain cities that's like, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of people coming and going. but maybe not if you're like both from wherever you're at, because it's probably easier to come across information as far as who they are, and it's not biased information like outside of somebody's relative or close friend or something like what you think about them.
Yeah.
You know, but situations like this where you're like adults, we're all like at least 25, 30 plus. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you, I don't know where you're from. It's not a bad idea.
No,
my only
not.
thing against doing a background check on somebody is that you gotta pay for it. But if you're willing to pay that, I think 125 or however much they, you know what I'm saying, gonna charge you for it.
Because some information is public.
Some information definitely is public. Them going to jail is definitely public. You just gotta know where to look.
Yeah.
What city it is, but it's definitely public. It's
definitely public. But I do feel like, I don't know, it's scary because it's not something that I ever really thought of. Like, it's until when I was looking at this situation, I was like, wow, like, if I was single, that would be something that I would be like, should I start, you know what I'm saying? Like, doing background checks, doing quick little Googles and things like that, because it's scary. It's like to be with somebody and to not know. And a lot of people are like, oh, how don't you know this and da da da. But like you said, if you organically feel like you came into this relationship and everything kind of seemed great, and you never had a reason to be like, I don't know, let me look into this. I feel like that's such a normal thing that can happen with you not knowing that somebody had a record. It's like, it's certain things.
You're not going to know that unless you actually check it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Now, if it's a situation like they're a sex offender or something like that, yeah, obviously, because you got to tell people that stuff when they move out your neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, or in your area, period. So, stuff like that. But even then, unless you checking it, because they can stay in a different city. And
I think that was the case. I think she was like from another state or something like that. So, yeah, it's like you wouldn't have known unless you looked into it. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely understand the background check. And I don't think I'd be mad at anybody that said they did it.
What if you did a background check on me and then you found out that, you know?
I would have been paying my escape. You know what's so crazy about situations like that is
I would
have been joking like, man, let me do a background check. And it would have been like murder. And now I'm scared. And this is when the episode takes a twist.
Wrong with a little murder.
Ain't nobody laughing at this point of the episode. Everybody is like, that's when they say, she's a murderer. And the audience go, ooh.
Dionte always has to turn something into a fucking sitcom. Because please.
My life is a sitcom.
Oh my gosh. That would be creepy.
Everything about my life is a joke.
Boom.
Exactly. This is when they come here. Everybody hates Chris. So this time they say Dionte.
See? That's what I'm talking about. But with that being said, guys, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Comment.
Come on, man. Y'all love
what
Jesus,
do you
right?
think do you think you should get a background check on a potential spouse? Have you ever done that? And what did you find? Hush. What did you find? Because I want to know if you found something. Because I'm
gotta do nothing. Pull their credit. I'm telling you. Their credit tell
Whoa. You don't be pulling nobody credit.
Shit, they pull my credit when you apply for a credit card.
That ain't
you
want
anything. They say put your information in right here. I need to see your credit, and it's gonna say late, debt. And now you like, even if they are a good person, you like, shh, I don't know if I can swing this.
Are you struggling?
You are struggling. My credit.
I can't get no house with you.
As soon as we get married, my credit score is plummeted. Plummeted, bro. How do you owe Scholastic books?
Anyways, we'll see y'all on our next podcast.
Maybe we'll see y'all.
Bye.